Good morning, friends. This is our math notes for Module 5, Lesson 3. I have given you all a printout of these math notes, so hopefully you guys are able to go over them and watch this video and complete your math notes while I go through this process. Just going to start off with the warm-up. Like normal, I usually have you guys working on the warm-up for about 3 minutes independently, and then we go over the answers together. So just like what we normally do in class, I'm going to have you pause the video, try to complete this warm-up problem for me, these warm-up problems for me in about 3 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started and go over them. So pause it, complete them, play when you're ready. All right, so hopefully you guys had a chance to go through and try to complete these warm-up problems. I'm just going to go ahead and get started with number 1. We have 2 1/3 minus 1 and 5/6. Now, again, you're writing this down with me. When we are subtracting mixed numbers, we need to convert our mixed numbers into improper fractions. And to do that, I'm going to multiply my whole number by my denominator. 2 times 3 is 6, and then I'm going to add my numerator. 6 plus 1 is 7. So now I'm going to have 7/3 right here, minus 1 and 5/6. I'm going to take 1 and multiply it by 5, or 1 by 6, and I'm going to get 6. 6 plus 5, and I'm going to get 11. So I'm now going to have 11 over 6. Now what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to use the butterfly method. So over here in the corner, I'm going to have to do the butt of my butterfly first. And 3 times 6 is going to get me 18. Okay. Then I'm going to do my right wing, 7 times 6. That's going to get me 42. Then my left wing, my left wing, then my right wing. 3 times 11 is 33. The body of my butterfly is telling me I need to subtract. My denominator is going to stay the same as 18. And 42 minus 33, if I were to do that out, I'm going to get 9. So my answer is 9 over 18. But if I wanted to reduce that, I can reduce that as 1/2, because I know that 9 can go into 18 one time. 9 can go into 9 once, and 9 can go into 18 twice. So I can simplify it down to 1/2. So that means my answer for my first one is going to be 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to look at number 2. I have 13 1/100 times 2 4/10. And when I multiply decimals, I do not need to line them up. I do not need to line the decimals up. When I multiply decimals, I'm just going to line up the numbers as if the decimals weren't there. It's different with adding and subtracting, but with decimals multiplication, I'm just going to write the problem out. So I have 13 1/100 times 12 4/10. And I'm just going to do turtle head method. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 3 is 12. 2, carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Drop a turtle egg. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to go over to my 1, so I need to drop 2 turtle eggs. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. Now I'm going to add all of those up. So I'm going to add all my columns. I'm going to get 4, 2, 3, 11, 6, and 1. Now I need to ask myself, how many numbers are behind the decimal in the problem? I have a total of 1, 2, and 3 numbers behind a decimal in the problem. So I'm going to have 3 numbers behind the decimal in my answer. So my final answer is 161 and 324,000. So my answer here is going to be 161.324. There we go. All right, last warm-up problem that we have a mixed number addition, and when we do that one, we can just do big sibling, little sibling method. So I'm going to start by adding up my big siblings, 4 and 2. Well, 4 plus 2 is going to get me 6. Then the little siblings are going to come over here. Okay, I'm going to have 1/5 plus 1/4. Okay, I'm going to do butterfly method. The butt is going to get me 20. Right wing is 4. Left wing, 5. Body is plus. Okay, so I'm going to get 9/20. If I add up 4 plus 5, I'm going to get 9. So I have 6 and 9 over 20 for my answer there. I want you to make sure that you are writing that down for me. That's really important that you guys get that taken care of. Okay, just because we are virtual does not mean that we do not have to be doing our math notes. All right, now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of everything. Okay, our concept development. Today our learning I can statement is, sorry, just a second guys, my computer just kind of went a little glitchy on me. Today our learning I can statement for math is I can find the volume of a right rectangular prism by composing and decomposing the different layers. So we're going to start off, we know that to find the volume of a shape, okay, or the volume of a right rectangular prism, volume equals length times width times height. Okay, length times width times height. So if I wanted to find the volume of this shape down here, I know my length is 8. So I'm going to have 8 times my width is 6 times my height is 2. So I know 8 times 6 is going to get me 48 times 2. 48 times 2, if I come over here and do that turtle head method, 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So my volume, or the amount of space that is held up in this figure, how many little cubes I would have to fill it up, I would have a total of 96 inches cubed. Make sure you do that cubed because we're multiplying 3 different things, so you have a cubed final answer. All right, friends. So now we're going to move on to the remaining part of our lesson today. That was just a little review. Okay, to get a better mental picture of what volume is, we can decompose the shape into layers. So just like what you guys have been doing when we've been working with those cubes, we look at how many layers are necessarily in a shape before we count how many cubes are in there. So if we can just count the layers and how many cubes are in each layer, we can multiply everything out that way to save us some time. So if we look at this first one, for example, I'm going to see that my cube looks like this, and I have different layers of 4. So the question it's asking me is,